Each month, I produce a video that tracks the top 10 hottest board, card, and tabletop games, but inevitably, there's additional games that catch my eye, but they just don't rank hot enough to make it onto the official top 10, so I never get a chance to talk about them. But in this series, I'm going to discuss 5 of those recent games that, even though they didn't make it into the official top 10, still piqued my interest and caught my eye. Let's take a look at the top 5 games that caught my eye this month. BGGCon was last month, and one of the things that inevitably happens at this convention is that a lot of the games that were just released at Essen are brought over and made available in the BGGCon convention library for people to check out and play. And sometimes a new game will be released during BGGCon. And one of those games this year was, of course, Keyforge from Fantasy Flight Games. But Keyforge is not the game that I'm going to be talking about in this first slot. I'm going to be talking about another little party game that also snuck under the radar and was available at BGGCon, and that game is called JustOne. JustOne is a cooperative party game in which the players are working together to try and discover as many mystery words as possible. One player is going to be trying to guess a secret word, and all the other players are going to have these little tiny whiteboards on which they're going to write one, and only one, clue word, which will hopefully help the guesser figure out which mystery word they're trying to guess. But of course, there is a catch, because if any 2 players write the same word on their little whiteboards, well, those 2 words are out and removed from the pool of words that the guesser has available to help guide them towards the correct word. JustOne caught my eye because it is a fast, simple, easy to learn party game that can play like up to 8 people easy. And if you haven't yet seen or tried out JustOne, well, my advice to you is go give this game a try. Try it just once. Now, oddly enough, we're going to continue this trend of talking about games that use dry erase markers as a component by talking about the next game on the list, Treasure Island. In Treasure Island, Long John Silver's crew has committed mutiny, and they have him cornered and tied up. There's going to be drama. And round after round, they're going to question the pirate about the location of his treasure and then explore the island using his directions, or perhaps his misdirections. Because of course, being a pirate, Long John Silver is a jerk. Now, like I said, I don't typically jump at the chance to get into one of these games where you're drawing on the materials with a dry erase marker. It's a little messy. You get the dry erase marker on your arm and it gets on your clothes and everything, and it's untidy. But when I saw Treasure Island being demoed, I really got the sense that the way that the dry erase markers are used really give you the sense that you are a pirate going across this island looking for this hidden treasure. Players are going to have like calipers and compasses actually drawing circles on the map, trying to hone in on where this treasure may be. And it almost looked like it came across as an exercise in industrial engineering, which we all know is really, really fun, but this looked like it was even funner. So if you're looking to dig up something fun, you may want to take a look at this game, because I get the feeling that it might be a little treasure all its own. So there I was at BGGCon, walking through the exhibit hall, looking at all the little booths and the games that they have, and there was one game I passed that had never ever caught my eye before, and it's actually it's right over here. I didn't come home with it, but I ordered it soon after I got home, and that game is Magic the Gathering's Heroes of Damonira. And here's why this caught my eye. Now, of course, Magic the Gathering, the collectible card game, is a classic. And inevitably, other games that have tried to take place in the Magic the Gathering universe have had mixed results. But of course, mixed results mean that for every game that is below average, well, there's gotta be some to balance it out that are above average. Otherwise, you're just left with a big, festering pile of crud. I don't know, just not good games. Now, in Heroes of Damonira, players take on the role of a powerful hero who travels the land of, oddly enough, Damonira. And as the players explore these ancient ruins and cities and landscapes, they're going to need to build different sites, rediscover lost artifacts, and confront a sinister cabal in order to gain resources that they're going to need to save this whole multiverse before their rivals do. Because if history has taught us anything, when the universe is in peril, you don't want to work together. You want to be the one person who saves it, because that makes sense. Regardless, players are going to be drawing the 5 different types of mana from the land. They're going to be using that to use different abilities and recruit heroes to aid them in different quests. And along the way, they're going to discover powerful artifacts and actually create physical ley lines on the board to draw out even more mana from distant lands. And again, to be honest, when I first heard about this game, it didn't really register on my radar. But when I saw it demoed at BGGCon and saw how it works and what it has to offer, that's what really got it to spark my attention. It's a board game that is set in the Magic the Gathering customizable card game universe, but it's one that really didn't seem like it really was a festering pile, whatever I said before. It looked like it had a lot of promise to it, and that's why this game caught my eye this month. Now, BGGCon is not the only convention that I attended this year. Now, I was fortunate enough to be able to attend a few others, including the big one, Gen Con this summer. And at Gen Con, one of the games that I made a beeline right to the booth first to check out to see if they had any information about is the next item on our list, Aliens: Another Glorious Day in the Core by Gale Force 9. Now, you'll have to forgive me, there's a game from the late 80s, early 90s that is based on the Aliens movie, where you are the Marines going through a complex, being chased by these aliens, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put a picture of it right here, and this game really captured the feeling of the Aliens movie. Like you were going through a complex, blowing apart aliens, being blown apart by aliens. It's fantastic. But as far as modern board games go, it's outdated, it's antiquated, and it's, well, no longer available. And as such, I have been waiting for either a revised version of this game to come back into print, or for just a new game to come along that would capture the feel of the Aliens movie. And that game is Magic the Gathering: Heroes of Damonira. No, it's not. That game is going to be Aliens: Another Glorious Day in the Core. This game is, of course, in development, so I don't know, it may stink like feet. However, it caught my eye because of the potential it has. Aliens: Another Day in the Core is going to be a cooperative survival board game where the players are going to be a team of specialist colonial marines who are going to gear up with some serious firepower and head into Hadley's Hope to find survivors. But of course, they are not going to be alone, chomp chomp chomp, and in order to survive, they're going to need to work together, keep their cool, and stay frosty to fight off relentless xenomorph ambushes so they can survive not only 17 hours, but 17 days. Reportedly, the game is also going to have like a campaign mode to play like multiple missions that are going to be linked together, so the players are going to be in trouble for a really nice long time. Now, at Gen Con, all Gale Force 9 had about this Aliens game were just a couple of little resin sculpts and like a poster. So the game is really still kind of early in development, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game doesn't actually hit retail until late next spring, maybe next summer, or perhaps beyond. But it's on my radar right now. It caught my eye today because I'm hoping that this is an Aliens game that really, really lives up to the potential of the franchise. And the last game on our list that caught my eye this past month is Victorian Masterminds by CMON and designed by Eric Lang. Speaking of conventions, Gen Con is where I first saw this game as well. CMON actually hosted this event where a bunch of press people got to come and sit down and try out a lot of the games, and Victorian Masterminds is one of the games that I got to play at this event. And after that first play of it, I was hooked. And it's still not out yet, so I've just been waiting for it to come out. But it should be here soon. It's like right around the corner. So what is this game all about? Well, the first thing that the marketing copy tells you is that Sherlock Holmes is dead. So yeah, that's a downer. But even so, it's good news for you, because with London's greatest detective out of the way, you and your fellow villainous masterminds can wreak as much terror as possible on the populace of the world, and one of you dastardly jerks are going to be able to go all the way and become the greatest villainous Victorian mastermind of them all. And that is why the game is called Heroes of Damonira. It's Victorian Masterminds of Damonira. So in this game, the players are the villains, and they're going to send out henchmen to different cities to use different various abilities of those cities and collect materials for these big, evil, steampunk-like contraptions that they are building, which obviously are going to lead to no good. And you're also going to be collecting knowledge and destroying buildings, stealing famous landmarks, all the while with the Secret Service on your tail. And the main thing I like about this game is the action selection mechanism that it uses. Each player has a certain number of workers that they have allocated to them. Each player has the same workers, and they're on these almost like gear-looking poker chips. And what you're going to do is, in each of the different locations that you can go to, you're going to put one of your workers face down in that location. It's a secret. You wait until multiple people get their actions stacked up on top of each other, and when you get a certain number, you flip them over, and then you resolve from top to bottom. So the timing is really important, and each player also has a saboteur who can actually negate the action of the chip lower down on the pile than them. So you really got to play the right worker in the right place at the right time. And when one of the players either completes one of their villainous contraptions or the Secret Service brings everybody to a halt, the game's going to end, and whoever has the most points wins. The most points of evil. Like I said a little bit earlier, I believe that this game is scheduled to hit retail within just a few weeks, but it's been on my radar since August. So if you get a chance to check out Victorian Masterminds, I highly recommend taking a look. So there you go. There are 5 games that recently caught my eye and why. And I'm wondering if any of them have been on your radar as well. If so, let me know in the comments. And as always, for more board game countdowns, news, previews, and fun video stuff, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted of future videos and all the other fun stuff we got going on. Till next time, I've been Chaz Marler from Pair of Dice Paradise. Thanks, and take care. Magic the Gathering Heroes of Damonira was not a sponsor of this video. I just like saying the name of it because it's fun to say. I don't need to justify my reasons to you. I'm just another glorious day in the Corps. Yeah! And battle against the Secret Surface, who's on the level.